I'm Chase Glenn. I'm the Director of Business Development here at SilencerCo, the best silencer company in the world. Today we're going to discuss the full product lineup, whether it be pistol suppressors, rifle suppressors, shotgun suppressors, or rimfire suppressors, to hopefully help you find what is going to be the best suppressor for you. There's a lot of different categories and a lot of different ways that we choose on what might be the right first suppressor, or if we already own suppressors, what the next suppressor in the lineup is going to be. Sound suppression is normally the top concern for our buyers, but that's not the only thing to consider. Sound suppression, while it may be of initial importance, materials that we use, modularity, use across different hosts, those are all questions that we need to ask ourselves when buying a suppressor. And oftentimes at a counter, whenever I have somebody approach, they'll start with a 5.56. They've got an AR platform, that's the one that's threaded and that's where they want to start, but that may not be the best place to start for a first-time buyer. And so we want to get into something that has a little wider range and a little wider modularity. Materials matter due to warranty and how is the company going to support you. I've seen it a million times. Buying a suppressor can be absolutely overwhelming. We have a big product line and a lot of choices. Today's video hopefully will help to identify what those specific needs are. If you're a first-time buyer, what hosts do we currently have that we want to suppress? And how broad do we want to get in the future? Or if we're a second, multi-time buyer, what do we need to do to get specific? What specific can is going to be the best fit for us? If you have any questions about purchasing a suppressor, we've done a previous video. They're going to put a link in the bio down below. Make sure and check that out. Hopefully it's a good video for you to be able to get in there and start to understand the relationship with the ATF, what a tax stamp is, and what that process looks like specifically. Before we jump into suppressors, let's talk about SilencerCo and their warranty. Out there are manufacturers. Some are good, some are better, and some are the best. SilencerCo's warranty is unprecedented. If anything ever happens, we fix it, no matter what. You ever have any questions or concerns, you reach out and our team will take care of it. Typically, the warranty process lasts less time than it takes to ship to us and ship back to you. That being said, if you look at a product like the Omega 300 that we'll talk about a little later in the video, we've sold over 100,000 Omegas. It's the highest selling suppressor ever. We continue to warranty that product. Our very first product being the Sparrow, we continue to warranty those. Our goal is to be here for you and for the lifetime of the suppressor to take care of whatever your needs may be. The first reason why everyone buys an Omega 300 is because of its versatility, and it's arguably one of the best suppressors on the market. But in addition to that, we've seen customers come back because we take care of them no matter what. Touching again on that warranty claim, we take care of you. If there's ever a baffle strike or any needs with that specific suppressor or any suppressor we make, we will always be here for you. Let's start with our most popular suppressors, which would be rifle suppressors. And specifically, I'm going to start with kind of our hard use category. Hard use is going to mean that it has a full auto rating, that typically it's going to be belt fed rated, and it's just going to be extremely tough. Not typically, to be completely honest, a first time buyer can. Typically, I'm going to steer you away from this whenever we're working a counter because they can sometimes get caliber specific. But that being said, if we're a multi-time buyer or we have a specific use that we're going to do, we have some ideal products that'll work very well for that. First up in the lineup is going to be the Saker and the Saker K. Both come in at either right under 5 inches or right under 6 inches. They utilize the Hoplon baffle, which is a baffle that we specifically designed for kind of hard use cans in 5.56. It's cobalt and stainless steel construction. This can is a full auto rated can that I can put on short barrel 5.56s. I can also put it on 5.56 full auto rated, whatever direction I want to go. It's the hard use can that no matter what, you really can't tear this can up. Next up is going to be the Chimera 300, which is very similar in construction to the Saker, given that it's going to be cobalt 6, ingonel, and stainless steel, but this is a 30 cal version. So a lot of times whenever we see people jump up into the 300 blackout out of the 5.56 world, or they want to do a 240 Bravo, this is the can that shows up really well for that. In some instances, this may be a good choice for you on a short barrel 5.56. It gives us a little bit more volume to be able to go forward, and classically, that's where I've run this can, is on the short barrel 5.56, until most recently we came out with a new product called the Velos. The Velos LBP is new technology for us in that it has a 3D printed core. The 3D printed core is made out of Inconel. In addition to that, it has a stainless steel collar here and here. What that allows us to do, different from other products on the market, is it allows us to be able to warranty it. A full 3D printed can, the serial number is going to be printed in it as well. In the event that we have an issue with that serial number, that would be another $200 to you, the consumer, that you would have to file to get a new suppressor. In the event that we have a baffle strike, either to the Hoplon baffle that this one incorporates, or to the stainless steel collar or the end, we take out the core, put a new core in it, and get it quickly back to you. LBP stands for low back pressure. What that allows it to do, we've changed the geometry of the can. It's going to slow down the gases and allow them to cool quicker. Then that gas escapes out of the ports on the end. Now the question that most people are going to ask, well, if we're letting gas escape out of the end, is this can going to be louder? That's the magic of this can, and that's what we were able to accomplish from other cans on the market. In addition to not getting a lot of gas back in your face and a lot of back pressure or increasing the fire rate of some guns, we decrease all of that, and we were able to keep it quiet and able to keep it in a very pleasurable experience. The Harvester Evo is our solution to the hunting world and the hunting can. We took some of the original suggestions because this is a legacy product. The original Harvester had a fixed anchor brake, it was a smaller tube diameter, and it didn't come with any accessories in the box. What we did was we listened to you, the customer, and we said, okay, we want something that's lightweight, we want something that's short, that still does recoil reduction, still manages the sound on higher pitch, higher tone, really loud kind of rifles. And in addition to that, we wanted it to have a little bit higher rate of fire. So whether I'm hunting out west or I'm hunting a blind in Texas, or maybe I'm doing abatement on pigs down in the south, this can is going to be the solution for you. It incorporates Cobalt 6, Inconel, and stainless steel like many of our other suppressors do. It has the durability, but it's in a smaller, lightweight package that's really affordable to you, and it comes with most of the accessories in the box that you're going to need to be able to hook it up immediately. Next is going to be the Omega 300. In a lot of regards, this is a can that really started it all. As I mentioned before, this is one of the top selling cans ever. Over 100,000 units sold by us. It is the originator and is the beginning for a lot of things. It incorporates the Bravo mounting system. Some people refer to it as the hub. It started that thread pitch in that direction, which a lot of different manufacturers use. It also allows us to be able to take the anchor brake off and interchangeable front caps. The technology behind this is going to be a lot of the same metallurgy that we've seen prior, whether it be the Cobalt 6, the Inconel, the stainless steel, but in addition, we've got the titanium sleeve that goes on the outside. This helps cool the can faster, and in a mirage situation, is going to help mitigate some of that mirage that may come through your rifle scope. The mounting options on it are somewhat unprecedented. The ASR mount that you can use, whether it's that, the direct thread, we've got the ability to be able to put this on so many different hosts. It's rated up to 300 Win Mag, but also full auto rated for 5.56. It's hard to not imagine the suppressor world without this suppressor being in it. So many people have followed this direction, used this can for testing. This is the standard that they try to attain to. In reality, the Omega 300 is stronger than most people will ever need, but light enough to feel at home on any rifle. The Omega 300 has been the standard in a lot of regards for the direction that companies go. Other manufacturers, they want to attain what we've been able to attain in this product, and this product continues to be one of our top sellers, if not our top seller, year over year. The Hybrid 46 is our big bore suppressor. With a 460 bore, it allows us to run multiple big calibers through. In addition, it was the first suppressor on the market that allows us to be able to run pistols and rifles. We can run it on a pistol with a tilting barrel, 45 caliber, 9mm, whatever host we want to do with the pistol piece, but then we can step it up into the 4570s, the 44 Special, even the 450 Bushmasters and the 458. This can is also rated for 338 Lapua, which is a lot of pressure going through a can. It allows us to be able to cover a wide range It's been a great seller for us, specifically for the guys that are first-time buyers, because they may not know specifically what caliber they want to choose, and they may have a lot of different options in the safe, and they can experience those hosts suppressed, specifically with this suppressor. Once again, it incorporates the Bravo mounting system. So we have a direct thread in this one and a flat end cap. We can use the ASR locking system. We can put an anchor brake on the end. We can change the diameter of the end cap. If I'm shooting 30 cal, I'd put a 30 cal specific end cap in it. If I'm shooting 5.56, I'd put our 224 end cap in it. Direct thread, we've got multiple options to be able to do this too. It's a great choice for a first-time buyer to be able to get out there and to be able to experience what shooting suppressed sounds like. To continue the rifle pistol line that we have, we've got the Omega 36M and the Hybrid 46M. What these allow us to do is not only have modularity, hence what the M stands for, but we can run these on both pistols and rifles. We've got different attachment options to be able to do that. But specifically, we incorporate the Charlie mounting system. The Charlie is different from the Bravo in that it has an external thread, but Charlie allows us to run either a piston housing in with a piston for our non-fixed barrels on our pistols, but in addition allows us to incorporate whatever ASR mounting system we have and has direct thread options as well. So we've got many different options for accessories that we can get into both of these lineups. As mentioned, both cans are pistol rated and rifle rated. The Omega 36M allows us to run up to a 360 bore. So I can run 9mm, 38 special, specifically for pistol calibers and on down, but I can also run up to 338 Lapua, 300 drum, 300 Win Mag, on down into whatever you may have in the safe, 240, 270, whatever the case may be. The 46M is our answer to the big bore solution. So with a 460 bore, we can still do the 450s, the 458 Bushmasters, the 44 Special, all those big calibers, but I can also shoot 45 ACP. I can run 45 ACP with the piston conversion in it, and that allows me to run it on a pistol as well. What makes these suppressors specifically unique is the M, the modularity. So I can take out the end section on these. The end caps come out. I've got multiple end caps that I can choose from. Anything from a 460 to a 360, 30 cal, 5.56. I place that end cap in here and then I get to run it in a short configuration. For you guys that are hunting, that are looking for the absolute shortest configuration that I can get for sound suppression, this is going to be it in a direct thread option. As I mentioned before, what's amazing about this can is I can run all of those rifle calibers, but I can run up to 338 Lapua specifically in either the short configuration or the longer configuration and still be hearing safe. So let's talk about specific metallurgy in these cans. Once again, we're using products that at this point we should be fairly familiar with. We've got cobalt, ingonel, and stainless steel. These are really hard use cans that are designed to be run on either a pistol or a rifle. Both are going to be full auto rated for 5.56, but because we use those metallurgies, we can run really high pressure things. The 46M is going to be the same offerings. It's going to allow us to run all the way up to those big calibers, but to run it in a short configuration. So with that modularity, I have the ability to shorten up a suppressor and be able to run it in that short configuration on really long barrels. Or if sound suppression and getting the most out of sound suppression is my goal, I just run it in the long configuration. Now we'll get into pistol specific suppressors. And this is the conversation that most people ask themselves is, what am I looking to suppress and how am I going to use it? Is length a concern? Is weight a concern? What direction do I want to go? Do I want to be able to use it on the PCC caliber kind of stuff? Do I want the shortest package overall, or do I want the most sound suppression? Whatever that case may be. So to dive into those specifically, the Octane 9 is our cost-effective solution to guys wanting to get into a pistol can. We also have its big brother, the Octane 45, that allows us to shoot the bigger calibers. Specifically for the Octane 9, we're looking at 9mm and below. It's going to utilize an aluminum tube and stainless steel baffles. What's a beauty on the design of this is it incorporates the ability to be able to take out the end cap with the piston that you're going to use on tilting barrel handguns. This can specifically, I can take the baffles out and be able to get to them and clean them easily. What that means for you is that this is our only pistol can in the lineup that's not sealed, and I can shoot things like 22, or for you reloaders, cast bullets through it. It allows me to take the core out, clean it, put it back together, and then simply drop it back in. A user serviceable can that allows you to get in at a really affordable price and be able to start shooting suppressed on either a PCC or whatever pistol host you may have. Next in the lineup, and arguably one of my favorites, is going to be the Omega 9K. The Omega 9K and 45K are a solution to creating a more compact can that's going to sound really good. In a lot of regards, it sounds like the sound that would come out of a full-size can. The construction on this is going to be Cobalt 6 and Ingonel. What I love about this can is it gives me a really small platform, whether I want to use it on a short barrel PCC or a pistol, and keep that package really small, clean, and nice. In regards to the capabilities of this can, it incorporates the alpha mount. So I can direct thread it. In addition, I can 3-lug it. So if I have something as a host with a 3-lug, or you buy one of our 3-lug muzzle devices, I can easily get it on and off quickly. In addition, we can shoot 300 blackout supers or subs. It's our only pistol can in our pistol lineup that allows us to be able to do that. So it's going to be a great all-around can to be able to put on a lot of different hosts and to be able to shoot suppressed. The 45K big version also runs 9mm really well. So I can run 9mm through the 45 version and have even more versatility across the board. The Osprey 45 and the Osprey 9 were some of the first suppressors on the market that allow you to be able to use your sights without having to change out to a suppressor high sights. The baffles run below the bore height. It's really optimized to be a pistol suppressor. It's a lightweight aluminum construction that allows us to not have to change out our pistol sights and to be able to see over the top of it. The baffles actually sit below the bore height. It's an optimal pistol suppressor so that we can hook it up and go without making any changes to the host. In addition, we found that it looks like it's at home on most of the tactical lever gun applications moving forward. For non-fixed barrel applications, we're going to use a piston. In some applications with a fixed barrel, whether it be a lever gun or a fixed barrel pistol, we're going to use a fixed barrel spacer. Those are all accessories that we have available to be able to utilize this and hook it up. The most recent change to the Osprey is going to be the button. The button allows us to be able to index the suppressor because not all threading starts and stops on whatever the host is. So whether I'm using a piston with a spring or a piston with a fixed barrel spacer, what that means is as I screw it on, it may end up in somewhat of an awkward position. By pressing the button, that allows me to index it in whatever direction I want. Whether I want the bore low or the bore high doesn't really matter, but it allows me to be able to get it in what looks best on the host. Next, we're going to move into rimfire suppressors. We'll start with the Warlock. The Warlock is a lightweight aluminum construction. What that means for you is if we've got kids around and we're concerned about weight, or we have a pistol that we want to keep really lightweight, this is the solution for you. What it allows us to do is use that aluminum and keep that light profile, but also be able to get into and easily clean. With all of our rimfire suppressors, we need to be able to get in and clean them about every 1,500 rounds. What happens is the cast bullet will actually spall and it'll build up lead. So every 1,500 rounds or so, whether that's quickly or slowly for you, we need to get in there, pick that lead off, and get back to use. That can be a really quick process in that everything clicks apart, clicks back together, indexes, you're ready to go, and drop it in. This is going to be the ideal rimfire suppressor for you if you've got a 22 pistol that you want to leave as a dedicated host, or we've got something that we want the kids to have an enjoyable experience with. The Sparrow is really the suppressor that started it all for SilencerCo, and it continues to be a top performer, a great host, and affordable to you, the consumer. So we're going to want to clean this about every 1,500 rounds. That lead spalls, as I've mentioned before. What makes this suppressor unique is we can jump up in caliber. So the Warlock really limits us to 22 long rifle. We can shoot 22 mag, 17 HMR, all the way up to 5.7. This suppressor can be used on a pistol or a rifle in whatever configuration or whatever host specifically that we want, and it's going to show up very well in all those applications. So it's a monocore design, and what it does is it allows me to pop that monocore out, remove the sleeve, and get into the suppressor and easily clean whatever crevices may have filled up with lead over its use. I put the sleeves back on, and I'm right back to use. While the Sparrow is roughly 15 years old, its timeless design and versatility continue to make it one of the top performers in the market. Finally, in the Rimfire lineup, we're going to have the Switchback 22. The Switchback 22 is arguably the quietest 22 suppressor on the market. In addition, I can run 22 mag, 17 HMR, full auto 5.7. What makes the 22 Switchback unique is its modularity. So the end caps come loose, the middle section can come off. I can run it in a short configuration, a medium configuration, or a long configuration, depending on how small I want the host to be or how much suppression I want. In addition, the baffle stack will flip. That's called rifle optimized. Feel free to check out our YouTube videos regarding that. We go in depth on how to set this suppressor up for whatever your use may be. The Switchback 22 can be the end all be all whenever it comes to 22 suppressors for you. It has the versatility, the modularity across many different platforms and many different hosts. Finally, we have the shotgun suppressor. For us, that's going to be the Salvo 12. Salvo 12 has been on the market and has been the standard as far as shotgun suppressors go. The Salvo 12 is a 12 gauge suppressor that's aluminum construction, allows us to maintain our sight height, and in addition has multiple attachment points for whatever choke pattern our shotgun may have, or whatever pattern we want to throw out there. It's modular in length. So I've got a 6-inch configuration. I can also do 8, 10, and 12. The 6-inch configuration, you're going to see it a lot in tactical applications or home defense. I typically run it in a full length configuration, whether I'm hunting upland bird, duck, turkey, whatever the case may be. This shotgun suppressor was really the first to the market that incorporated multiple attachment points. So depending on what my choke thread pitch is, I get that, and then I can go either improved cylinder, modified, or full. It has rods inside, and those hold the choke pattern together. So regardless of length, I'm going to hold the choke pattern together, and this shotgun is still going to pattern very well for those of you that are trying to hold a tight pattern for whatever application that may be. Now that we've gone through the full suppressor lineup, let's talk about a few considerations that we need to consider when purchasing a suppressor. The main is accessory compatibility. Here at SilencerCo, we've got multiple accessories to be able to attach to multiple hosts. There are multiple thread pitches out there and multiple ways that a guy wants to be able to attach. Whether we use a muzzle device on multiple hosts that allows us to quickly move the suppressor from host to host, or we use direct thread options, we've got our 3-lug options, we've got piston options, and then we've got our echo chokes for our salvo lineup. The thing about us at SilencerCo is we want you to be able to experience that suppressor on as many different hosts as possible. That's why we have so many accessories. So whether you have a question about that, please reach out to us directly or go to your local dealer. Most of them are very knowledgeable on what that process looks like or what specific accessory you need to be able to use. They're a wealth of knowledge. It's our goal here to be able to give that information to you so that you can go out there and have a really pleasurable shooting experience that's nice and quiet, has low recoil reduction, and is hearing safe. Next, let's discuss cleaning and maintenance. As I've discussed with rimfire suppressors, we really need to clean them about every 1,500 rounds. There's lead spalling and unburnt gunpowder that can gum them up and decrease performance, and we want to keep that performance at the optimal level. In addition, we've got the Octane series. Whether it be the 9 or 45, the idea behind that is we can take something like a cast bullet, which is still going to spall lead, be able to get in there, clean it, and use it, especially for you guys that are reloaders. Whenever it comes to our rifle suppressors are welded together. They're not particularly welded together to make it hard for you to clean. They don't need to be cleaned. They're made to be run under hard use conditions, under high pressure, and be durable to you for a lifetime. No matter what you decide to do for cleaning, avoid steel wool, abrasives, and other chemical agents that may affect the finish on your suppressor. Finally, let's discuss a little bit about budget. We went into this a little bit deeper on a previous video, but keep in mind, a $200 tax stamp is going to be paid to the ATF no matter what, no matter the cost of the suppressor. In addition to that, we may need certain accessories to go with the suppressor. So do your research ahead of time. Feel free to reach out to us, reach out to your local dealer, figure out what accessories are going to be appropriate for your can and how you want to attach it, and make sure you budget appropriately for that. I hope this has been informative to you and you can make an informed decision, whether it's your first suppressor or the next suppressor down the line. I hope you find the perfect suppressor for you, and more importantly, I hope that you join the SilencerCo family. Join the legacy. Join what it means to have a lifetime warranty. Join what it means to be supported by us. Feel free to like us on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, and make sure and hit the like and subscribe button on this YouTube video. I'm Chase Glenn. Thank you for joining us.